Hello, my name is Terry Berger with RE/MAX, North Atlanta real estate agent and neighborhood specialist. And this is part 2 in a 3-part series on a study of the North Atlanta real estate market that I conducted as a response to the Case Shiller Index that came out just after Christmas, less than a month ago. I'm putting this together at the middle to end of January, just so you get an idea, January 2012. And let's dive right in. We're going to talk in this video about just the foreclosures and short sale market and these 6 geographic zones. If you haven't watched video 1, you probably want to go back and watch that before you watch this one, because it explains the market from a wider perspective. And this, we're actually using a zoom lens to kind of get in and see what's happening in the foreclosure and short sale world. So let's dive right in. Here are our 6 geographic zones that we talked about. And here are the distressed sale volume numbers for 2010 and 2011, the last 2 quarters. And if you look at the year-over-year increase and decline, what we want to see is we want to see a decrease in the numbers. We want to see foreclosures and short sales go down so that prices will go back up and stabilize. If prices go back up and stabilize, more people will put their houses on the market and therefore kind of jump-starting a housing recovery. But as you can see here, there are only 2 zones that had a decrease in the amount of foreclosures. Area 13 and row number 1 there, the Roswell, West Alpharetta, and Milton area saw a slight decrease, and then East Cobb saw a 16.3% decrease in year-over-year sales, or year-over-year distressed sales. So that's good news for East Cobb, because if that continues, prices will go up. You can see some of these areas had 20% plus distressed sales, and so will that continue in 2012? We really don't know until we just keep tracking it. It's possible. It's possible that it could. If we look at the average sale price, just like we did in video number 1, we're going to look at the average sale price here on the distressed properties. And what's interesting to me, if you look at the right-hand column, the differences in sale price between 2010 and 2011, the distressed properties have come down way more than the average of total sales. So where I believe the area 13, row number 1, I think it was only down like 1.7% on all the sales. Yet the distressed sales are down 13.9% in terms of their average price. So that's really kind of interesting research. They haven't changed much in Area 14, the area of Johns Creek and Alpharetta, and then you can see the rest of them right there. This last column I'm going to show you shows you the average of non-distressed sales, and I'm going to kind of blow this up and get rid of some of these columns for you here. And you can see the 2011 distressed versus 2011 non-distressed. That's every sale that wasn't a foreclosure or a short sale. And look at the average price differences. I mean, it's astounding. 36% more in Area 13, 30% in Area 14, over 50% in West Cobb, 40-some% in East Cobb, 47% in Sandy Springs, and 83.5% in Smyrna, Mableton. So that means the average non-foreclosure or non-short sale, a regular home buyer, a regular home seller with a nice home to sell, the average price is different in the Smyrna, Mableton area by 83.5%. Now, what I want you to understand, those of you that are out looking for bargains, is that you're not going to find a $200,000 house that's going to sell for $120,000. That's just not reality in this market. There were a few of those deals back at when the market first crashed at the end of 2008, beginning of 2009. I mean, at that time, people weren't buying blue jeans at Old Navy, let alone buying homes. There was tremendous pressure from the government to get rid of these assets, and so banks were just giving away short sales, giving away properties left and right. That is not the case in 2011. More than likely, if you find a home in a $200,000 neighborhood in Smyrna for $100,000, it's trashed, and you're going to have to put $80,000 to $100,000 back into it to fix it up. So Just know that. Know that there's a huge disparity between a regular home sale and a distressed home sale. And if you happen to get lucky enough to buy a distressed property in a really great neighborhood and get a deal on it, you've made some money when you go to sell, hopefully. But in terms of buying something at half price that a normal home seller is going to take half, that's just not the case. Not the case. Typically on a new home sale, or not a new home, a regular home sale with a regular seller and a regular buyer, it's going to be anywhere between 95 to 100% average list price to sell price. Well, again, my name is Terry Berger with RE/MAX. If you have any questions, you can call me at 678-388-1020. And of course, check out my website at callatlanthahome.com. And if you're looking for a great agent, you can check out my Zillow profile. If you just go to Zillow and type in Terry Berger, there's about 35 ratings on me there from past clients. Hey, next up is number 3 in the third part of this 3-section video. And that is going to talk about the perfect world that if there were no foreclosures and there were no short sales. Okay, stay tuned for that.